It's a big release. I spent a ton of money trying to make this. I'm just praying. But
Yeah.
it's my fun release.
I don't know why I'm like turning red. Like hives.
So
You're
I'm not
nervous.
nervous. I think I'm
You're
just
nervous.
excited. What in the world?
you
I was
do.
outside, I guess. My husband has a little fire going with all the wood from the construction, but it's like not
I
even hot.
I was outside a lot today too. We had just landscaping work to do. We lost one of our cherry blossom trees to the storms last week. It just blew
Hmm,
over, so we had to get a new one. And I saw a
bummer.
couple like plants I wanted to plant. I saw like a lavender bush, so we got one of those. Just a couple things from the nursery.
Fun.
I'm just looking forward to things when they start blooming.
Should be live.
Hmm.
Oh, we're live. Yes, we are. Talking
Ooh.
about planting things.
Make sure you change your chat to live chat all messages.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the chat.
Okay, we have Teresa, Jenna, Tammy, Katrina, DC. Catherine will be trying to help us moderate today. Thanks, Catherine. Lisa, Judy, Katrina, Joe. Hi, everybody. We are for once on time. That never happens. Hi, everybody. I want to know how many people recognize our special guest slash sponsor. Put your guesses down below if you know who our special guest slash sponsor is.
Thanks, Catherine. Catherine said she posted in the FSC that we're live.
Oh,
Perfect.
awesome. So while we're waiting everybody to join us, hi, I'm Nancy. This is Nancy Stamps and Stamp Wars April 2025. With me are some beautiful blondes. I'm the only brunette. My partner in crime on FSC, which is our Foiling Snobs Club group, is Tracy Schultz, co-founder. If you want to learn about foiling, whether it be hot foiling or toner foiling, first thing is to hit that subscribe button. Second thing is to join Foiling Snobs Club, which is our Facebook group. And then you also want to subscribe to Tracy's channel because she does a whole bunch of fun coloring, queen of ink blending, I call her, because her ink blending backgrounds are beautiful.
Thanks.
And go check out her channel as well. And then we have one of our admins for the group, which is Justine. She's also founder of Stationery by Justine, which is her page. And she also has the Stationery Makers group. So you want to check them out. And she is also on the design team for our mystery sponsor slash surprise guest who's going to be playing along with Stamp Wars tonight. And let's see if we have our guesses here for Miss Joy Wilson.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm so here. I'm a little bit nervous, but I've been fans for a long time, so we get to play along now together.
Everybody says, I do, I do, I do. And we're getting some pretty good guesses. Yes.
It's so fun to see familiar names in the chat.
Yes. So Joy is the owner of Pajama Crafter Stamps, and that is our sponsor for tonight. So if you don't know what Stamp Wars is all about, congratulations. You are in for some fun tonight. We don't know what's in the package except for Joy and Justine. But we don't know what sabotages Justine's going to throw at us. So what's going to happen is we are going to play along, and Justine is the host tonight. So she will throw sabotages. So tonight is just for your pure entertainment, to be introduced to Joy and her company and her products, because Stamp Wars was built to support small companies like Joy's company. If you catch her at a stamp show, because she is one of the ones that goes out and travels out, you want to support her that way. You can also order online. We're going to have a link for you guys and a special coupon code. So you'll be able to do some shopping. But we're going to give you some fun, different ways because you're going to see all of us craft. And then we'll have some follow-up videos throughout the week on some ways to do different projects without sabotages. So tonight is just for fun, but to introduce you to Joy and Pajama Crafter Stamps. And then Justine will try to give us some hiccups along the way with her sabotages. That is what Stamp Wars is about. But more importantly, it's about supporting companies that are craft companies that you may not hear about every day. And that's why we do Stamp Wars, because these are not companies that are big box made in China stamp companies. Okay. You are supporting right here, made in America. And Joy is huge on supporting made in America, supporting veterans. And we love that about Joy and her company. So Joy, I want to give you the podium for just a second. Can you tell us a little bit about your company and where it stemmed from?
So I bought prickly pear stamps. I'm like out of Zoom right now. Prickly pear stamps in August of 2023. I was on the design team and I loved what I was doing, but I wanted to make it my own. Anybody that knows me, I'm in my pajamas 24/7. Like if I change my clothes, it's usually into a different pair of pajamas to my husband's chagrin. And so it's like picking a little bit of a scab, saying, you know, I'm going to wear my pajamas or my sweatpants. But really, when you think about when we craft, we're always doing it in the wee hours of the morning, whether we're just getting up or it's going to be wee hours in the morning because we're still awake. And I just wanted it to be a comfortable place for everybody to come to craft. I wanted to bring stamps that were fresh and new, that I identified with, and that I think other people will too. So the last year has been trying to figure out where that groove is, and I think we're there. We have started going to scrapbook expos. We will be in Chantilly, Virginia, actually on Thursday for the Make and Take. So if you're from the Virginia area or you're one of the crazy people that travel the entire country for expos, come say hi. But yeah, I was a crafter for a long time. I was on design teams for a long time. And one day I made the decision that by March 31st of the following year, if I wasn't doing something for myself, that I wasn't going to do it for anybody else. And that doesn't mean that if somebody calls me and says, hey, will you color this for me? Or can you help me out at a show? Of course, I'll always do that kind of thing. But it was just time to go out on my own and give it a whirl. And it is veteran owned. My husband is a veteran of the Navy. We co-own that together. He does all of our make and takes at the shows because of my voice. So you couldn't hear me over 600 people. So that's why he does that. He's very much involved with the behind the scenes stuff. He would never be on camera, but it's very important to us that we are American made. We always give veteran discounts because we love you. We thank you for your service, you know. Yeah, that's who we are. And I try to keep price points at a fair price. And the reason being is I don't want to be the company because, you know, our core audience is a little bit older and a lot of them are on Social Security or retirements of some sort. And I don't want to be the company who takes does the money grab. So I have to make money so that I can, you know, put product out, but I try to be really fair on my pricing. And that's something that I take pride in because I never want to be the person that's like causing grandma to eat cat food at the end of the month. You know, maybe that's a weird way to describe it, but it's just my heart to be fair to people and bring them a good product every month.
And that's why we love you.
Mhm.
And love your products. But more importantly, you have great products too. So it's not just your heart and your customer service and your love of the craft. You have some really beautiful products.
Thank you.
And we are going to hand it over to Justine, who is our host du jour tonight. So Justine,
I'm
take
so
it
excited.
away. Do you want us to go hands down yet, or do we need to go get some supplies?
Well, maybe we'll just talk about the stipulations.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, Justine, you're
3.
making me nervous.
I had to bring the heat. I don't know why I'm so red, but I had to bring the heat tonight. So, first of all, you got to use all the items in your package.
Okay.
And then number 2, you have to heat emboss something. So, either a sentiment or a stamped image. It can be more than one thing, it just has to be at least one. And then you have to add something from your stash. It can be anything at all, just not the card base. From your stash.
So have to use everything, have to heat emboss something, and then have to bring something extra from your stash.
Yes.
Okay.
And so once we go hands down in about 10 minutes, we're going to have our first sabotage.
All right. And Catherine has a link for you guys, and she has a coupon code for you guys, and somebody is going to win. I'm going to do my follow-up video. Probably will go up tomorrow because I literally need to pack this whole basement as soon as we are done here. So I will do my follow-up video. It'll go up tomorrow, and somebody's going to get, I have 2 in here. So somebody's going to win this in my follow-up video tomorrow. All right. Are we going hands down?
Yes.
All
Let's
right,
go
let's go
hands down.
hands down. Justine, are you also going to play, or are you just going to throw sabotages at us?
I am going to play.
All right.
Barrier.
I love it. That means there's going to be four ideas for you guys. 4 different people. Ooh, I love pens. Pens.
Are we opening our package now?
I opened
Yes,
mine.
go ahead.
Right.
We got
Okay.
some word dies that say yikes, dang, whoa. Love that. So some 2 of 2 because somebody's going to win this whole pack.
Oh, look at
Some
that. Nice.
spring plaid papers. They're double-sided, 12 designs, 6x6 papers.
Cool.
We have some really cool. Oh, these are neat. Some golf stamps. Wrap life by the balls. Oh my God. Love that. You'll find me in the rough. Who's your caddy?
That's cute.
Swing low, hit high, smile wide. Keep your balls clean and your woods covered. So great. I love this.
I knew y'all would be good sports.
Oh, I love this. Love it.
That's funny.
Oh boy. All right, I did start our 10-minute timer. Keeping us punctual. That just is 10 minutes until our first sabotage.
Justine sent me a cute little card in mine. Let me just show you guys her cute card. Thank you, Justine.
Oh. Yeah, of course.
Hi, Gloria. Hi, Wilma. Hi, Dina. Hi, Star. Hi, Lynn.
By the way, the pattern paper, I have hot foiled on this pattern paper before. So if anyone wants to hot foil on it tonight, I'm not going to stop you.
That's really nice paper. Everything's nice. I
Mhm.
love this golf themed. Great for Father's Day. Nice.
Yes.
So it looks like the code is Stamp Wars 20, and you guys get 20% off if you want to go shopping at Pajama Stamps. And the stamps are called Who's Your Caddy? The words are called Dang, Whoa, Yikes. And the papers are called Spring Plaids. Remember, these stamps are made right here in the US, you guys. So, I gotta think, what am I gonna, I don't know. I don't know anybody that plays golf.
Maybe you could send it to the winner of your giveaway.
Good idea.
Yes.
Yeah. No pressure. You might fall in love with it.
Or I might have to think outside the box and go a little dirty here because Nancy's just like that.
I knew you guys would be good in sports.
It is my channel. I do what I want.
Exactly. Oh boy.
So Nancy, you remember Nerdy and her mom that they were on the cruise with you?
Yes.
Yep. So Nerdy's mom asked me to do something with golf, which is how it started. And then I went golfing with her husband. And when I say golfing, I just rode in the golf cart because I don't golf. But anyway, what goes on the golf course is like what goes on the golf course stays on the golf course, kind of like Vegas. Things that come out of their mouths are just downright hysterical. And maybe not always good, but that's why we have the sassy, the punny, sentiments going.
We love it.
When I went golfing with Mike, I don't know if you saw on TikTok where the snake tied to a golf, um,
Oh, like to the ankle?
and they would start chasing them and stuff.
Yeah.
So I attempted to tie one onto one of his clubs. And so when he pulled it out of the golf bag, it was scaring the crap out of him. And then as he would like run, it would chase him, right? Well, it was not a very good plan. I'm just gonna say because it got stuck because it was a rubber snake and it went nowhere. And then because he's a boy dad, it didn't phase him at all. And then he just took it, ripped that it was just on the fishing wire, and he just ripped it off. He goes, "Oh my God, what is this?" And we're all rolling, and we were expecting him to have like a heart attack or whatever. Yeah, no, he didn't skip a beat at all with it. And but that's the story behind the stamp set was,
Oh, that's funny.
and I knew
Perfect.
you were from the cruise, so I'm sure you can.
I met her too, Joy. Yeah.
Yep. And Justine, you've met her on team calls, right?
Yes.
Very.
She is so fun. And I hope to one day take a watercolor class from her because she's known for that.
It's funny. She just was teaching a watercolor class in Arizona. She's on her way home.
Man. Missed out again.
It's out again. I feel like I should be coloring something harder right now, but just gonna keep on playing.
That's the beauty of this set, I think, is if you are not someone who loves coloring, you can certainly make a really good stamped card and do minimal coloring.
This is really pretty paper. If any of you guys I know it's Easter weekend, but these are really pretty papers. And they are very heavy papers as well.
So I'm a paper snob, kind of like you guys are the foiling snob clubs. I really like good paper, which I think if you're a foiler, you like really good paper too. And Justine, I'm sure, has told you about our foiling paper. We have a really awesome black that just it lends itself well to foiling, but I do not put anything in my store that I won't stand by 100%. And for me, paper is really important, and I always try to remind people that I was a crafter way before I ever owned a company. And I just want everybody to have like the best that I can give, And there are
I think that's what makes your company so special,
right?
Because it's not just a corporation or.
And I just want to clarify, you guys are talking about hot foiling, not toner foiling.
Well, yes and no, because hot foiling, if you're a hot foil person, you can grab these papers. But if you're toner foiling, Joy's company, Pajama Stamps, has what they call flash cards. So I'll just pull out a few of them.
Yeah, but I was clarifying her black paper before everybody
Oh,
runs and tries to buy the black paper and toner foil it.
Got it. Black
Right.
paper's for hot foiling for sure.
Yes.
But I mean, she has lots of, like, this one's all patriotic. This is for hot or for toner foiling. This one's all about gaming. There's lots of goodies. So if you're a toner foil person, or you don't even have to foil these, you could simply use them as a card front as well. So I really like these. And the paper that they use is the Marshmallow, which is from their brand, and it's great for coloring stamped images. So I really like them. I have lots of fun with them on my channel.
So one thing about our black paper is if you put it in your printer, because I know a lot of people from the group like to print their own. If you want to print it onto the black paper, you definitely could use toner foil on them. I have actually done that.
Ooh.
But you would have to be kind of careful, you know, as far as you would have to know what side you actually print it on, but you can technically do it.
Well, if you want to send me a couple sheets, Joy, I'll test it out.
You know what? I meant to, and I failed the assignment.
No.
Wait till I move, because it'll get lost right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably want me to wait at this point.
Joy, I just used your favorite Copic marker, YG67.
Hey, look at the screen. It's in my hand too.
Are we coloring the same stamp? I just looked up. Oh, we are. This would be, I mean, you just add the grass, the colors to the grass. You don't have to add any shading to the golf ball itself. I'm going to, but you don't have to. That's kind of nice. The nice thing about this stamp set. But I'm feeling extra tonight, so we're going to go in with some C's.
We just had a really bad storm come through and my window was open, so I got water all over my.
No.
Oh, I can't believe it. What a mess. I had to step away for a minute, but I'm back now. So no, Dolly, I can't right now, honey. Go lay down.
Dolly wants to
Joy
play.
said there was a storm in her area today too.
Yeah, the internet went down and I was in the middle of cutting the last of my 450 make and takes, and the cutter stopped because it wasn't connected to the internet at that point, and I almost had a small heart attack. So,
Oh man.
but it's back. Thank goodness. Obviously,
Yeah.
I was very worried.
Okay, our 10 minutes is up, my friends.
I don't even have anything started yet.
Okay, well, our first sabotage is a 2-minute stamp ban. So we are not allowed to touch any of the stamps, color them, or actually stamp them for 2 minutes.
Okay, well, what do you want us to do when you sent us stamps?
Perhaps use the dies. Or focus on your background.
Stamp band. Wow, she's like came out with like sabotage is hard, man.
I told you, I said it's gonna be a hard one.
Okay, well, I need to know what colors y'all want your balls.
Yeah, you know,
I got some cashmere balls.
I've not tried that yet, but you could certainly color them.
Hey, I'm gonna color them
blue
in some flesh colors. No, I'm not gonna go blue.
I know Tracy loves purple.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man,
I love the whoa dang yikes dies. I've used these so much, so they're popping up on so many of my cards.
Come out with a stamp set that kind of rounds it out, where it's like, sorry I missed your birthday, I suck, or you know, something to that effect. Just
I just thought of the perfect card.
Oh, good.
Oh man, my sicko mind. You should not have
Well,
sent me these cards.
sometimes creativity comes at stressful
You know what? But
times.
for my circle of friends, when you are friends with a bunch of people in construction,
Sure.
I love
you
it.
guys are gonna love this.
I can't wait. All right, we have 10 seconds left of our stamp ban. Who would have thought a stamp ban on Nancy Stamp's channel?
What the heck? Just wrong.
Okay, in 15 minutes we'll have our next sabotage. Oh, the teacher in me is coming out
faster here.
funny.
You're not going to say that I can't use glue or something crazy, are you?
No.
This is not a child rated channel. This is definitely going to go into adult rating. PG-13.
Oh boy. PG-13.
PG-25.
If somebody was
Boy.
glue balls, it would be Nancy.
My dad went from military veteran to truck driver, and then I went in the car business. You anybody who knows me knows there's no filter.
That's okay.
Love about you.
One thing is for sure, I will always have you laughing. Your side will hurt from hanging out with me.
In my book, anyway.
We always have a good time.
Especially Tracy after she has a few tequilas.
I had one margarita on an empty
Whatever.
stomach. Yeah.
Oh, Tracy.
Those things were strong. I don't know what. Woo! They make those margaritas strong in Allentown. I'll tell you that.
Oh my.
Thank you, Dolly. I know. That's Dolly. I don't know if you can hear her barking.
Oh, honey. She's so cute.
No.
Come hang out with Leo.
I'm also going to use another Pajama Crafter stamp set that I really, really like. And it's perfect for grabbing right around this time of year. It's a hats off, perfect for graduation style cards.
Love that stamp set.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one. And there's coordinating dies if that's your thing.
And we also have graduation flashcards.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You do.
We updated them because I remember last year they had 2024. I don't know why we thought it was wise to put any type of year on them, but we did update them so it says 2025.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
I did a live in November. That was a New Year's card, and I was so excited about it. And it said 2026. And after the stream was over, my mom messaged me and she goes, "You know, the next year is 2025." Oh, a little spacey. That is so me, though.
Well, you can just replay it next year and
Yeah.
go out.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll lose the card by then, but it's fine.
Send it to somebody. See, I made this for you. You can use it next year.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm allowed to use
Oh.
is that what I heard? Justine,
What was that?
I'm allowed to use stamps again, right?
Oh, yes. The ban has been lifted.
All that matters. Okay. Is my tape. I never should have cleaned my room today.
Then you forget where everything is when you clean.
That's what happens when I clean my room. That's why I didn't clean
your
it.
room.
That's why I didn't clean it today. I do too clean it. It definitely needs a lot of cleaning though.
You two are so funny together. I love it. Oh,
How long have you guys been
How long we been what?
camping?
Oh, I don't know. Together?
Either you can answer that however you want.
Tracy, you go first.
So I started stamping in 2017, 2018, and that's about the time when I met Nancy.
Would have thought it would have been longer. Okay.
Yep, 2018 is when we met.
I started with scrapbooking in about 2000, and then I just switched over to card making about 12 years ago when I was pregnant with my daughter. So almost 13 years.
No idea. Like that there was a stamping world out there. And I was invited to a Stampin' Up! Party
Yep.
like in 2016. And I joined the cult for a short time.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I got sucked into it.
Then I went to Stamp Away, and the rest is history. I was just shocked at all the stuff that was out there. And I said, this is for me. And I mean, there was like no doubt in my mind that I was hooked that moment, you know? And so
Mhm.
I couldn't stop. And then I found my Copic markers and all she wrote. wrote.
It's amazing with Copics. It's inspirational.
Yes. I know they're not everybody's favorite, but for me, when I spent all the money that I did on them, I made sure that I learned them really well,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But again, not everybody's cup of tea, but they're my cup of tea. Let's see, is that big? Nope, not bigger. I'm sizing this up. I need to know what I'm doing.
I started card making in 2019, I think, with a friend. Then COVID happened, and I had an interaction with a different Facebook group that was not the most pleasant because I didn't know anything about cards and didn't know that my friend, the house I went over to, used someone else's design to make our card for the day, and I got berated for it. So I made my own group, and so that's how I started card making.
Oh,
It was not the foiling snobs, by the way.
We don't do that in our group.
No way. I love the snobs are the best.
We don't
But
do
not
that in our
snobby. Not
The only
snobby.
thing we ask is not to promote Chinese, Temu, AliExpress stuff.
Yes.
There are very few companies that we have banned. Very small list on our
Mhm.
banned companies list.
But the members of the Foiling Snob Club are so amazing.
We try to encourage creativity and kindness.
It's like how everybody is nice to each other and is so willing to help one another.
Yes.
That's what
Especially with printers and such, which can be fussy.
yes. I don't even know what size arch I'm looking for if anybody's trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. My nesting arches were not in nesting order. So we're just wasting my time playing this game.
Okay.
And now she's probably gonna come up with a sabotage, right? Where I'm not
No, it's okay. We're doing just fine. Let's see. I'm just checking what everyone's up to. Ooh. I see some orange from Nancy's side. I see Tracy's fussy cutting. Ooh. Let's see, Joy. Ooh, I love that paper that Joy is using too.
funny because like 1 minute I feel like it pulls I feel like it pulls like the orange or whatever, it pulls orange. The next minute I think it pulls red. It's just a nice summery color.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Josie, have you
Oh,
tried
man.
bleach cardstock? Did I send you that?
Which one?
This one? The craft?
Not yet. No.
I need to probably change that for you because you'll love them. So I am not a lover of a real orangey brown, like you know, the crap that you get from box stores. And so I wanted to come up with something that wasn't quite ivory, wasn't quite a dark craft. And I finally found this paper and I like it because it's got some flecks of brown, like I'm sorry, it's brown, but it's got flecks of gray in it. And it's fantastic for color pencils. And I'm going to be very honest. I thought that you were going to totally like sabotage me with Copics today. So I was fully prepared to use my polychromos.
I thought about it for a brief second, and then I thought, no, no, no. We cannot deprive the spoiling snobs of seeing your Copic skills because they're so good. So I didn't want to make it too hard, and I didn't want to limit anyone to the supplies at least. The other sabotages. You know.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh, I just happened to look at the chat and Nerdy says, FYI, my hole-in-one was a neon pink golf ball. How
Aw.
fun. Good for you. I've never done that. Has anyone else ever?
I can't golf at all.
Golfers at all?
People-
No.
One time, my husband, when we were dating, we went to the driving range together. People were actually laughing at me because
Oh,
I could not
no.
even hit the, where you put it off the, no, it wasn't happening. Nope. But
It's okay.
I gave it a try, but it just didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
I think I'm just too short.
My boyfriend in high school loved golfing, loved golfing. I got to the second hole and I kid you not, I sent my club flying across the room or across the green. And I said a lot of 4-letter words, which I'm sure nobody's shocked by that if they know me. And I had zero patience for it. Isn't that sad? And my sticky mat is not so sticky. Did you all see that? I should probably clean that a little bit.
Hmm.
Next one is super sticky. We have about 2 minutes until our next sabotage. No pressure.
No pressure, she says.
It's just for fun. No real war,
Feeling the pressure, okay?
You're doing great, everybody. It's okay.
Me and my balls are feeling pressured.
Oh no. Oh.
How many people are going to leave my channel after this is the question?
Oh no. Oh,
I'm
no.
definitely offending some people right now. It's okay.
Well,
And yet some of you are laughing your butts off. Laughing your balls off.
The thing is, there's multiple sentiments. So if one is not for you, there's lots to choose from.
I just don't know anybody that plays golf. I'm sorry. So I had to put my own twist on this.
You go, girl.
Oh my God, Nancy. Oh, I love it.
Listen, the person I'm going to give this to is going to love it.
Just look at the screen. Oh my.
Joy, you should make an After Dark sassy stamp set. You would sell out.
It's in the works.
Yes.
So when I made this stamp set, my husband, he goes, can we really have this stamp set? He says, we're a Christian company. And he goes, can we really put that out there? And I'm like, have you heard my mouth? He goes, well, yeah. And I'm embarrassed by it.
He's a sailor.
I know.
So funny. My husband was also in the military, in the Navy. Okay, our timer is up. So, my crafty, stampy friends, we have to now spend 5 minutes focusing on the center of our card, which it looks like someone has already got a head start on.
Yes. Thank you. A sabotage that works in my favor.
Oh.
What's the sabotage again?
So spend 5 minutes on the inside of your card.
Oh, the inside? We're allowed to do the inside? Okay.
You can do whenever you want. Stamp, use the dies, add some paper scraps, which is probably what I'm going to do. Not to give you too many.
Well, she said the center. Give me the center.
The insides, at least. Just inside the card.
Oh, inside. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Look at the screen and everyone's hands are just so busy. I love it. Crafting away.
Anything.
I'm reading the comments.
Stop it. I love it. Nancy, you're a hoot. I feel like you and I need to maybe hang out sometime.
If you need some collaborative ideas for that After Dark sassy stamp set, you just call me, girl.
You got it. Yeah, we definitely need to do an after party.
Well, naughty by Nancy.
So now you want me to do the inside of the card. Okay.
Yes, just something on the inside. It could even just be like one of the scraps of the pattern paper. Doesn't have to be anything too involved.
I got
But
you.
just something on the inside.
Don't forget your heating, bossing.
You did it.
I did
Oh,
that already.
I did. I almost forgot my own sabotage. Thank you. You've always got my back.
Nancy, your card reminds me of a thing that happened at a retreat I was at. I was cleaning my my Copics, and they said, what's that number? Hold on. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, They were calling out a blue color. And they go, what color? And they said Prussian blue.
Come on, get downstairs.
What? I said, the color of your husband's balls. And they're like, what? And and with that, Prussian blue has been forever an inside joke, and everybody that was there. Nerdy's probably dying because she was at that retreat. But Prussian blue ended up being like, is that like B63 or something? So that's what, when you're talking about an after hours stamp, first thing that came to my mind was Prussian blue. So now you guys know where my mind's at sometimes. You'll find me in, okay.
I want to make a hot pink golf ball that Nerdy was talking about. That's now going to be, I think that might be my after Stamp Wars video. Sometimes when you get that idea in your head, you just got to go with it.
Did you do a really cool pink card though with
Oh yeah, I did. I think I sent it to you,
Hi,
right?
Lisa. Welcome. So, Stamp Wars started many years ago over COVID. Over COVID. My friends and I were bored, and I said, "Somebody go get us 4 stamp sets. Don't tell us what they are. Support a company that we love, and then we're all just going to play together one night." And that's how it started. And then it evolved into me wanting to continue to support companies that I love, basically small stamp companies. And that's how it started. And we have continued it ever since. One of the favorite shows that I like to watch is Chopped. So if you guys watch Chopped, that's where the idea for the sabotages came from. If you don't know the show Chopped, the contestants are given baskets of food, and they have to make special cuisine for the judges. So you basically are doing the same thing here, except we're calling it Stamp War. So you are given these products, and you have to make something cool out of these products without knowing what's in the package. But my primary goal was to support these companies because I have an Allentown stamp show, which comes to me every year. And I know about these companies because I went to the Allentown stamp show every year, but you can't go into a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, and now Joann's is out of business. And you can't find these companies by walking in a store. So if you don't hear about them, you may not know about them. So I wanted to spread awareness about these companies and share my knowledge with you guys. And I thought, Stamp Wars is fun. It's interesting, but more importantly, it brings awareness about these companies for you guys. And I think almost every single one has given us some kind of a special discount to offer to you guys. And that helps you guys out. It helps them out. And we just have a good time with it, like I'm having tonight.
We love Stamp Wars. I went back and I started rewatching some of the old ones just to get inspiration for some sabotages. And it's just so fun. Even to rewatch the old ones. It's just so fun.
Yeah,
and if you're watching this on a replay, say hi in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love how creative everyone is too. Because like the surprise is not knowing what's in the package. Just extra fun.
I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Is our time up yet?
Yes, you can work on the front. No worries now. All the sabotages are over, so everyone can take a big deep breath.
Yay!
But the war continues. If you're watching, hit the like button to help Nancy out. Help us reach more people.
Yep. And there is a generous 20% off coupon that you can spend in the Pajama Crafter shop. So if you want to go take a little shopping break, go right ahead, go do some shopping. One of the unfortunate side effects of Stamp Wars is the products do tend to sell out very quickly. So go do some shopping. If there's anything that you see and like, and I know that Justine had mentioned that they do have some foiling products. Justine has demoed those foiling products on her channel. I have not tried them yet, but Justine has, and I know that she has mentioned before and shown that this paper does hot foil beautifully, the pattern paper, and she has shown many times that the black paper hot foils beautifully. So for my foiling snobs, yes, go check those items out, as well as any stamps, dies, anything else that you're interested in, and take advantage of that 20% off coupon. That does expire on Monday, so you don't have a lot of time because we are afraid that the products are going to sell out very quickly because that's what Stamp Wars does. And so that's why the coupon is only good till Monday.
So we just had our new release. The Hoosier Caddy is part of the new release. And it's very rare that a new release goes on sale. And I wanted to do that for Stamp Wars. So not only is the new release on sale, but the entire store is. And you'll see that there are some really good prices out there. We do sell stamp and die combinations. And I'm sure if you've spent any time in the industry here lately, you probably have heard that the only US distributor of dies closed at the beginning of the year. So
I heard that. Yeah.
and it's been a very trying time for all of us. So where you see a stamp and die bundle listed, it's already 20% off, and you're getting 20% off of an additional 20% off of that. So it's a fantastic deal. And I had mentioned, or Nancy had mentioned, that it's really important to my husband and I to source in the United States. And that was a huge blow for us because there's no other place for us to source at this point in the United States, which makes me extremely sad. And I'm not sure we're having to pivot. And I use that word. I've used that word a lot, haven't I, Justine, in the last year. I feel like you don't realize like the work that goes into like our crafty companies until you own one. And just like any other business, whether it's large or small, you have to learn the word pivot, and you just have to keep on going. And so we're trying to decide what we're going to do about dies because our order was actually in the warehouse with the shipping label on it, ready to go when they shut the doors. So our very last set of dies is somewhere in Arizona. And I don't know that we'll never see it. So
Wow.
yeah, but again, you just pivot, you just work on whatever the next thing is, and you just keep going.
So we saw one of the things that we saw, two things that I saw from companies trying to deal with this is obviously, you have option, which is to order them from China, which is what a lot of companies are doing, which I don't think that's a right or a wrong answer. I just think you have to do what you have to do to support your business and, figure that out for you. And I think, there are a lot of things that come from China that we have to use. And if that's the only place you can get them until somebody can come back out with a die company, it is what it is. But another thing that I saw, which I thought was a very interesting answer to this, and I don't know how cost effective it's going to be until this sorts itself out, is another stamp company I saw at the stamp show was selling with their stamps, as well, not selling with their stamps, but selling next to their stamps. And they were kind of doing it as a trial, is they were doing their own die cuts and selling them next to their stamp sets. So in other words, they had, I don't know if they were doing them like with a scan and cut or a laser, I don't know, right? But they were selling pre-cut die cuts.
That's funny that you say that, because my husband was saying that.
Yeah.
That the other thing that I was thinking about doing was maybe offering like a free SVG.
Yes, that's another option. There's a lot of companies that did that. I know, when Maria was in with Kitchen Sink Stamps, she never sold dies. because she didn't want her stamps getting stolen. So she said, I can avoid this by just giving away SVGs, because most people who are interested in the SVG have, you know, in today's world, some kind of Silhouette, Brother Scan and Cut, Cricut, whatever machine. And those who don't might be interested in buying the pre-cut, die, the pre-cut ones. So, there's some options there, I think that would be another option too, versus buying from China if you can help it. So I've seen other stamp companies looking into other options like that. But I think a lot of us have the machines, and maybe we just need a better introduction or a class to the product. So I think if you would to do that, and you would do a how to, hey, if you have a scan and cut, or you have a Cricut, or you have a Silhouette, this is how you download our product, this is how you cut it, and this is how you use it. And I think that's where people get upset is, yeah, I have the machine, but I don't really know how to download your product and cut it and use it. And I think if you do a tutorial with that, that would probably be pretty successful.
No, it's funny that you say that because, I personally, as a crafter and as a company owner, would never carry like outline dies if I didn't have to, because I use a scan and cut for everything,
Right.
except for my standalone dies. But, the reason I don't do more, why I haven't done it. Like, so I would actually get rid of dies if I could, except for standalone project dies, that kind of stuff. But the customer wants it. But I last year won a Silhouette, and then I was on Marketplace earlier this year, and I found a Cricut maker for like $100 with all kinds of stuff. So it's actually in my so the month of May is going to be it's going to be a busy month in the sense that I have to cut stuff and get stuff ready for shows. But I actually have like I don't have a show in May. So my focus is going to be one, cutting all my stuff for my make and takes. But I would like to start doing some videos and some how-tos as far as how to use it with a scan and cut, how to use it with a Cricut maker, how to do it with a Silhouette. And part of that is I'm going to have to teach myself the other machines, you know. But that
I
is
do have a video on my channel showing with the Yeti die, just using the machine I happen to have. It's not sold anymore, but I just figured if anyone was like me during the COVID times and bought that specific machine, they could check it out. And I use the Pajama Crafter stamp stuff, but the machines aren't too terribly different. So I think if you kind of get one, probably figure out the other ones. But
yeah.
I think the problem is knowing which where to look for the tutorial on your specific machine. But everything is figure outable.
My hope is that I figure out all the things so that I can help people with all the things and maybe bypass some of the dies, especially, with the tariff situation going on. Until all that's figured out, which I don't want to get into any politics, obviously. We're here to have a good time making cards, but I would like to, give people an alternative so that, maybe they want to spend money on stamps or they don't want dye, that kind of thing. So it's the thing that I'm looking into.
Mm-hmm.
Just to find all the time. I think you're right, Justine. I think one scan and cut does what the other scan and cut does. It's just a matter of which one do you have and did you want to learn how to do it? Do you guys?
I have the Brother Scan and Cut. Gotta look at it. Just a scan and cut. I have it on my channel. You can pop over and look.
I think we have the same one, the CM new one.
I only really use it for die cutting, so I know it can do a million and one things, but that's just what I need it for, so that's what I use it for.
So, I literally like broke mine because I did something stupid. It wasn't because there was anything wrong with the store, or I'm sorry, with the product. And 30 minutes after breaking it, I went out and ordered another one because it's the most used machine in my craft room. So I think that there's room for it in everybody's craft room, at least a machine of some sort, doesn't have to be the scan and cut.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a whole bunch different ones. I started with the Silhouette, and I got the little baby Cricut Joy to try out, and it's not a bad machine. I still have it, but I think to get the, best bang for your buck, you have to figure out, one, how much are you actually going to use it? Two, how much time are you going to spend to learn how to use it? And, three is, what software are you comfortable with? So I noticed with Cricut, you don't have to learn as much of their software. Like, they make it pretty user friendly, where you can't do as much with it because they're very restrictive, but that's because they make it more user friendly. So if you want, hey, I just want to make it easy, go push a button and do it. They charge, like, I think a monthly fee or an annual fee, but they give you the designs ready to go. And it's more user friendly, but you pay for their software because it's more user friendly. If that's what you want, go for it. Where if you're someone like me and you want to make your own designs, or you want more flexibility, you want to be able to scan in your stamp designs and cut them, then, it's a lot easier with a Brother Scan and Cut. And with a Brother Scan and Cut, you can pretty much create whatever, like, the sky's the limit. But the downside to that is you have to take the time to learn all of those operating things. So, and then the Silhouette, I think, is somewhere in the middle. It can do some of the functions of the Scan and Cut, but not as many as the Scan and Cut, but the price is not as steep as the Scan and Cut. So there's a little bit more user friendliness to it, but it doesn't do all of the things that the Scan and Cut does. So it's somewhere in the middle. So it's up to you on, again, how much do you think you're going to use it? How easy do you want it to be of use? And how many things do you want it to do?
I think that's a
I
really
just happened to look. I have the Brother Scan and Cut CM350.
Yeah, we
which
have the
is
same one.
Yeah, so maybe also called the Scan and Cut 2. I think the thing that I struggle with the most about my Scan and Cut is finding the space for actually scanning and cutting, because I am in a small area. But I have brought it over to my kitchen and used my kitchen for die cutting.
Yeah. I know somebody who has I got the Scan and Cut DX, and I shared it with a friend of mine just to show how it works, and it can do so many things. And she said she bought it. Now she doesn't want it. She wants to sell it. So I was like, okay, well, it's not for everybody, right? So
I love my scan and cut, but again, not for everybody would be an accurate statement.
Right. If you're not willing to learn the ins and outs of there is a little bit of a techie curve with it, but if you want to be able to do pretty much everything with it, it is worth it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I simply just cut the stamp images, and I think
Somebody
it was
said,
worth it.
I have learned to get better at fussy cutting. And hey, you know what? It can save a lot of money if you don't mind fussy cutting. And I just am one of those people that just don't like to fussy cut. So for me, it's no thank you.
Great point.
It's cussy cutting for me.
Fussy cutting.
No, there's no fuzzy cutting for me. In fact, if I go to a retreat, and usually at retreats, they don't, they don't cut all the images out for you and you have to fuzzy cut. I literally take a machine with me because I won't do it, or also hand it to a friend and be like, can you do this for me?
I know, right? Yeah. So Bonnie asks, is a Scan and Cut the only one that can scan and cut? No, the Silhouette, you can also scan and cut it. They have it's called a Pix mat, where you can scan it and then you can turn around and cut it.
I'm glad you answered that question because I haven't learned enough about my Silhouette yet.
The Scan and Cut is easier because it's direct through the machine. The Silhouette will do it, but it takes a couple extra steps. And again, there are different levels to each machine. There are different levels of Cricuts. There are different levels of Silhouette machines. There are different levels of Brother Scan and Cut. So different machines have different options, different software pricing as well. So they each require that, depending on what you want to do with that. Yep.
I am just seeing you doing your pink ball. I am now doing a pink glove.
I will be doing the pink one on the follow-up video, but I figured I haven't used what is this called? The golf bag yet? No, wait, I did. I did use it on my shaker card. I sent you a whole bunch of of the cards I made with this release, and then I figured, oh, I'll pull them out, and I could not find them, and I thought, oh wait, they're with Joy. But I'm gonna just make something since we're still going, so I'll just figure out and make something, but we don't have to keep going on my account.
So all of those samples that you gave me, I'm gonna put up in the booth this weekend or next weekend. Very, very thankful.
Fun.
If only you were going in like 2 weeks later, I could have popped in. I
Oh, bummer.
know.
But next year I'll be like, Nance, can you help me out?
Yeah, I don't know. Where is it? Chantilly?
Yep.
Let me see how far that is from my new house. Let me see here.
Easy. Get that
I'm
help.
meeting Joy this year, but I really want to meet Tracy and Nancy.
We'd love to meet you too, face to face.
We just have to do a cruise together.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
only
yes.
2.5 hours from me.
That sounds amazing.
Like we are gonna have a
Yeah,
date.
maybe next year.
The show that's in Allentown, who
StamperCon.
is it
Blue Night rubber stamps.
Yeah, I was talking to Lynn. I might actually pick that show up.
Well, she does York too.
It's York. York, what she wants me to do York because I think she's trying to fill that show.
Yep.
They're being naughty in the comments.
What did they
That's
say?
good.
Well, Catherine, we would love to come to you someday to Australia.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just watched Catherine's video about the 10 stencils and such. That was so good.
it was very nice.
Did I miss?
Nerdy Crafter says we need a Stamp Wars cruise. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yes.
Nerdy's
So
been
I told Lynn to create one, like even if it was just to like Florida.
right.
Come on, Joy, get in her ear about it.
good.
Thinking she might be at the Chantilly show. Lynn, do you know by chance?
I don't know.
She surprised me. She was at the Orlando show last week or 2 weeks ago. Was very surprised to see her there.
I'll tell you. Hold on. No, their next one is in Ohio, Akron, Ohio, April 26th and 27th.
See, I should be going to that too, because that's only like 4 hours from me. I don't know why I signed up for some of the stuff I signed up for this year. Should have signed up to closer to home. So we just we were just in Orlando for Expo and it rerouted us down I-40 to 95. So we got to see like where all the highways were washed out and south through North Carolina and Tennessee. Why Waze told us to go that way. There must have been something horrific on 75 that we don't know about. And I'm sure that we're thankful that we got rerouted. We just don't know why. But it took a 13-hour drive into a 16-hour drive. And we bit off a whole lot more than we could chew. So then we just decided to pick up Stamp Fest in Lakeland. And I kept on asking my husband, like, are you sure that we want to drive down there again? Like it's still fresh in my mind, um the length. We take our dogs and the whole 9 yards. So
Yeah.
it just was like, oh, are you sure? Because I think we should. So we're actually gonna go down to Lakeland in June. So I really should be doing shows like Akron, since they're 4 hours from my house, you know? I don't know much about it. I need to talk to Lynn. Lynn's a good lady.
Yes, they are amazing, Lynn and Scott.
Do you know what I like about her? Is you and I were on her team together.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that even though we have not been on her team for years, our cards are still up in her booth.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I say I go visit my babies all the time.
Oh,
It's so funny because I showed my husband at the show, I'm like, look, this is my card from there. And he's like, uh-huh. Okay. You know, he's a guy. But it was just fun to be able to say my stuff is still here. And it's just nice that she still cares about everybody that's been, that's
It's just that they're just a wonderful family, and I think it was her daughter that came out the one year, and I got to meet her. Um, just good people, and that's why we continue to support them, even though not on the design team. She's one of the first companies that gave me a shot, and that's I just continue to support them. I still buy their products and just love them.
I do too. You guys, can you look at the screen for a second? That red or that pink glove is like screaming at me. I'm kind of
so cool.
Very nice. You did a great job.
I don't know why I was never gonna do a pink glove, and then y'all were talking about it, and
Speaking of giving someone a shot, that's how I feel about the Foiling Snobs Club for giving me a shot and taking me under your wing, and also Joy for taking a shot on me as the first design team I've ever been part of, and it's been a pleasure since January of last year. Just so fun. So thank you, all three of you. Just wonderful. Plus, I learned so much from all three of your YouTube channels. It's unbelievable. YouTube University,
Yeah.
What we try to do is just share. Again, my whole thing is the love of crafting. It's just sharing that passion and encouraging creativity, whether it's on our channels or on our group. Is I want as many people to learn about foiling. I know that it's kind of my thing, it's my niche, but we share any kind of crafting in our group: card making, stamping, foiling, whatever it is. We just want to share that crafting. And what we found is there's too many groups that are centered around products, too many groups that are XYZ company. You can only show products from XYZ company. And then it becomes marketing by XYZ company. And you got to take your card down because it's not using XYZ company's products. And that's not what our group is about. Our group is about supporting each other, showing your craftiness, and just being fun and hanging out and being kind. And there have been times where people have just, reached out and said, hey, listen, I have been going through a difficult time and you sent me a card. And people have sent me cards where I was just going through a bad day and I get a card in the mail. So we have supported each other through COVID, and you guys were there for me as much as I was there for you. And that's what it's about. It's just a big group for hanging out. I have done live chat rooms for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and just kept the chat room open. If you didn't have anywhere to go or anybody to talk to, that chat room was open just for you guys to hang out in. But you can always go to the Foiling Snobs Club. We have over 10,000 members now. Just for you guys to show your creativity. Don't ever be shy. It is not just foiling. The group was started to be Foiling Stamping Club. And, we kind of changed it to Foiling Snobs Club because everybody kept asking me foiling questions, but it's for any kind of creativity. We are not company sponsored. We are sponsored by you guys watching our channel, using our affiliate links. When you use me or Tracy's affiliate links, that supports the channel. It pays for Zoom. It pays for shipping. When we do these stamp wars, I'm not on Joy's affiliate. I'm not on Joy's design team. We do this to support Joy. Same thing when we did the Ton last month. I'm not on the Ton's design team. We are not on the Ton's affiliate list. We don't make these companies pay us at all for stamp wars. We do it for the love of these companies, for Stamp Wars. And that's, that's how we do it. So by you guys watching my channel, supporting my channel, giving it a thumbs up, using my affiliate links, when I do design team videos, that's what supports my channel. And all that money goes right back into the channel. I have a real full-time job that pays the bills. This is not my full-time job. This is just for fun, and it goes right back into the channel. So you see, I do a lot of giveaways. Those giveaways, that's from you guys. When you guys support me, it goes right back into you guys.
Sweet.
The Foiling Snobs Club members and you guys were so wonderful. When I first started foiling, I had 1,000,001 questions, and it was just very, very sweet. And like I said before, I did not have the best experience with a certain group, and because I didn't know anything, and everyone's new at some point, and you guys were so sweet.
There's a lot of nasty people out there. I recently, I want to tell you guys something. Somebody recently sent me a message, and it said they went to join another group. And one of the rules in the group said, do not bring up the Foiling Snobs Club or Nancy Stamps or Stamp Wars, or you cannot, it will immediately be erased.
Yeah.
And I just kind of giggled at that because, this was a former Foiling Snobs Club member who made their own group. We parted ways, which is fine. I'm not going to listen. I know that I don't always get along with people, and there are people that unfortunately we have parted ways for one reason or another. And it is what it is. We just move on from it. But then for them to go and start their own group and to make a rule like that, I don't think that needs to be said outwardly when people are trying to share their creativity or their excitement for something. You're starting a group very, negatively like that, but whatever. I don't really care. We promote Foiling Snobs Club on our own, Stamp Wars on our own. They could just, on the side say to somebody, hey, we don't promote other groups here, but this other person brought it up to me and was like, can you tell me what happened? And I said, honestly, I don't even remember what happened. But you join whatever groups you want to join. Crafting is supposed to be fun. So don't take it negatively. Just don't bring it up.
Yeah.
That's sad that that kind of stuff happens.
Well, and I've learned that
the Foiling Snobs is a good place.
Yeah, like I said, I've learned that, amongst growing this group, we're not 300 people anymore. We're 10,000 people. There are people that are going to be offended by me. There are people that offend me because of the way they act and the things they say. The person that commented on my video a few months back that said, I'm sorry, I can no longer watch your videos because of your president. You should do something about it. Okay, like, what do you want me to do about it?
Like you're responsible for the whole country.
With crafting, So I deleted her from my page and deleted her from the group because I don't need those kind of negative comments on my crafting page. And if you're going to make a political stand on it, you don't need to be on my page, and you don't need to be on. That's not what we're about. We're about 10, 15, 20 minutes of not thinking about the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
Or an hour, whatever it is. So it is what it is. And there are people who have left our group and have come back to our group. And, it is what it is. I'm fine with that. I just ask that you just be creative, have fun with it. And it is what it is. I am not claiming to be perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I know that I have made mistakes and I've learned from my mistakes. There are some things I will stand behind and some things where I'm like, I probably could have done that a little differently. It's called being human.
I say that's part of life.
Yep.
And again, crafting, there's just not a place for politics in crafting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's crazy when companies come straight out and take a stance, because I feel like they're always going to be offending somebody, if that makes any sense. And it's like, why don't we just have a policy not to do that? At least that's my.
And like I said, there are a couple of companies that I don't personally support, but I always tell my viewers, buy what you like. If you can get it to work and you enjoy their products, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. You do what you want to do. But I'm not going to use certain people's products because of business dealings. Joy, there's certain companies you and I have talked about that we know behind the scenes stuff. We're not going to support them and they're just not nice people. And more than one occasions that we've found this out, backed it up left and right, and just those things won't be promoted in our group. But then there are other amazing, wonderful companies we will continue to promote, like Pajama Crafter Stamps, like Lynn at Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. And these are the companies that we want to showcase and show off. And these are the companies that will rise to the top. And that's why we do Stamp Wars.
We appreciate you. Y'all, I smell something really good cooking downstairs. I don't know what I did to deserve a man that likes to cook. I smell something really good. So
Mine likes to take me out to eat, so I'm not complaining because then there's no dishes to do.
He does the dishes too.
Yes.
I'm not gonna complain at all. Steve he's a foodie, so he likes to go to different places and pick nice places to go eat. So I cannot complain. If I'm like Olive Garden, he's like, really? No. And I'm like, but I love Olive Garden. So I have to make Tracy go to Olive Garden with me.
Yeah. That's okay. I don't mind going there. We don't have one where I live. So anytime I get to go there, it's a treat. I live in a very rural area that doesn't have many shops and stores and whatnot, restaurants.
So I don't want you to tell me why does this seem crooked? I don't want you to tell me exactly where you live, but what part of the neck of the world do you live in?
So I'm near Pittsburgh. I'm about an hour and a half outside of Pittsburgh, between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Yep.
So help me with that. Like, how far are you from like Cleveland?
So
4
Cleveland?
hours. She's like,
No,
5
it's not
hours?
4.
5
No, no.
hours was it?
No,
It took
no.
us?
It's the same to get to Allentown. It's about 3.5 hours to get
Was
to
it?
Cleveland.
Why did it feel like it took me 5 hours because I had to drive to you first.
Yeah.
And then we drove to Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
where-
Nancy, you and I went to Columbus once and we went to Cincinnati once.
But then I thought we went to Cleveland too. Oh,
We've
I went to
never-
Cleveland for work.
Yeah, I've never been to Cleveland with you, but I have lots of
Right.
relatives in the Cleveland area. Yeah.
How far are you guys from Cincinnati? I know Joy's pretty close.
Cincinnati is 6 hours.
Oh boy.
From me, from where I live. Yeah.
Okay. I'm having to go on a vacation, or not having. I happen to be going on a vacation, and it's in Cincinnati, and I realized that Joy is super close, so we're gonna meet up this summer.
Oh, that's
Yay!
nice. Good.
I'm super excited, and I'm gonna meet Melanie too. It'll be so fun.
Oh, well,
We got
that's
to go on
nice.
our cruise with Melanie, and that was great meeting her and Randy until they got sick, and then they got quarantined from us.
Oh, I
But we
know.
played bingo. We got to go see eagles. We sort of went whale watching together. They were on a different boat than us,
Right.
but we had dinner together. We just had a great time with
We
them.
really hit it
Aw.
off with them. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very sweet people. I was so jealous that you got to go to bingo with Randy because I love Randy and I love bingo.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. He's a very sweet guy. Yep.
Very giving individual.
Mm-hmm.
A lot for the homeless.
Joy, you're where in Cincinnati?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in northern Kentucky, so I'm like 10 minutes from Cincinnati.
Okay. Well, if I have to travel out there for work, I'll let you know when I'm coming.
Good. Are you getting him to stamp away, or is I out with the move now?
We talked about it, but we
I love
haven't
Stamp Away.
we
Oh my
haven't
gosh.
set anything in stone yet. It's up in the air with us. We might go. We haven't set anything in stone.
When
yet.
is it this year?
I just posted the dates from
Okay.
Blue Knight Rubber Stamps of the dates. Hold on.
Why did it say it's August 1st and 2nd?
Okay.
Hold on.
Because if we go, we'd get to see Lisa.
And you'll get to
Oh,
see
awesome.
after too.
And-
but be here at my house.
August 1st and 2nd. Yes.
So you'll get to see Nerdy too, because
Oh.
she's gonna come stay and where she's gonna do the Cincinnati show with me, and then she's gonna go to Schaumburg the following weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh
Cool.
my goodness. That is gonna have to go on my bucket list for next summer.
So,
Yeah, we'll talk about it, Trace, and see.
Justine, I was talking about you today.
Oh.
Her ears was ringing.
I
Maybe that's why your face is red.
I was really talking about you today with a friend, with Lisa.
I
So
think we like just about done here. Should we
I
go,
think we're done.
Lisa?
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right. So I'm gonna go. I need everybody to mute, and we're gonna have one person at a time talk about their cards. And remember, the first three sabotages were, or not sabotages. She said mandates. Mandates.
Mandates. It's so dramatic. I
Where
love
you
it.
had to use everything you were sent. So for those of you guys who didn't join us from the beginning, our sponsor is also playing with us tonight. That is Joy, the owner of Pajama Crafter Stamps. And she sent us a brand new release, Who's Your Caddy Stamps. Dang, whoa, yikes, word and shadow dies. And the spring plaids paper. There's also a 20% off coupon. That's good till Monday. So you guys want to take advantage of that. We'll have all the links for you guys in the description once we're done here as well. Our moderator has been spamming that. Catherine, thank you, Catherine, who's been hanging out, doing a great job for us. So we had to use all of our products. Second thing was we had to heat emboss something. And the third thing was bring something in from your stash to use, right? Or put on the hard card, I guess.
Yes.
So that was the things. And then the sabotages she threw at us was we couldn't use our stamps for 2 minutes. We had to work on the middle of the card for a few minutes. And then what was the last sabotage?
That was it.
That was it. Okay, those are the two sabotages we had. So we will start with
Yes.
Tracy first, then go to Justine, Joy, and then I will finish with Naughty Nancy. So everybody mute, and I'm gonna go change it to speaker mode.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody a chance to mute real quick. All right. So for my card, the first thing I did was I heat embossed 3 of the images from the stamp set. The golf club with the ball on the tee, and the bag. And, growing up, my dad had a bag that looked just like this. So that's why I decided to color it sort of like leather, because back in the day, I mean, I know nowadays golf bags are sort of made of nylon or whatever, but he had a bag like this that was made of leather. So that really reminded me of something that was nostalgic. That's why I kind of colored it darker colors. So anyways, I heat embossed all 3 images. Then I just fussy cut them. I wanted to go for a collage look. So that's why, and I just colored mine in with some really cheap and expensive dye markers. And I cut out the word yikes with one of the pattern papers that came in this pack, the spring plaids, as my background. So that's what I did for that. Then I used one of my dies that I had in my stash. Basically, it's just a rectangle die, Gina Marie slash stitched rectangle. So I used that to cut out a card panel, and then I just adhered everything with regular glue. I didn't even do any kind of foam tape or anything. This will be an easy one to mail because it's nice and flat. Then on the inside, I stamped the sentiment, swing low, hit high, smile wide. Then I used a real light color ink. I used the Catherine Puller Pebble, and I just stamped that glove, putting the ball down on the tee. And then I put a little bit of the pattern paper to match the background for this, sort of along the left-hand side. And I just used a yellow card base because I thought this was just a spring, colorful, just reminded me of spring. Anytime you can see people out golfing, spring is right around the corner. And then I started playing with some others. I just love these sentiments. I love that the background is so bold, and I love the way the words and the letters are so bold. I'm going to probably get a lot of mileage out of these. I think they're really cute. And especially like for, like, dang, it's your birthday, you're how old? Or, whoa, you're how old? Just some cute, funny ideas that I'm got swirling around in my head. But I didn't finish this one. So I love this paper. It's so pretty. And that's what I created for my card. Thank you. I really had a lot of fun. Great products. I guess we'll turn it over to Justine, I guess.
Sounds good. All right. Well, for my card tonight, I used the spring plaids paper and I used a die from my stash to make a little window for my stamped image. For my stamped image, I pulled from the Who's Your Caddy stamp set and I used the golf ball. And then for my sentiment on the front, which was part of the heat embossing mandate, I pulled from the set Hats Off and I used the Congrats Grad on the front. And then on the inside, I used the Whoa die from the Dang Whoa Yikes word and shadow die. And then I added Swing Low, Hit High, Smile Wide from the Who's Your Caddy. And I added an extra golf club there with a little scrap of some of this cute pattern paper. Then I made a teeny little side thing. I'll probably turn this into a card. I'm not sure what my vision is yet, but it's just kind of a dreamy little golfy card with the golf bag from the Pajama Crafter Stamps Who's Your Caddy stamp set. So pretty cute. By the way, Tracy, I love the inside of your card. Super fun.
Okay, it looks like I'm next. First, I want to say thank you to Nancy and the gang for having me on the show. This was the first time I was a little nervous, so you guys were super nice to me. But I used all Pajama Crafter Stamps products. I did use a few spellbinders. So this is the card I actually made. So I used the Dang from the Dang Yikes. Whoa, did I say that backwards? I don't know. Dang Whoa Yikes stamp. Sorry, die set, just in black and white. And then I used this awesome little T, and then you'll find me in the rough. And then from my stash, I brought in some of the nested arch dies from Spellbinders because I think that they're pretty amazing. And of course, I used like this watermelon colored plaid from the Spring Plaids paper. And then I heat embossed my sentiment. So I didn't do anything, outstandingly hard, but I think it made a really cute card. And of course, from my stash, and happens to be from the company, the Coral Sunrise embellishments. And then it's my card, so it always has to have a little red heart on it. And then for the inside, I used the same strip of paper, kind of like everybody else did, and I used the golf bag. And then the since we were all getting a little, a little naughty, keep your balls clean and your woods covered. And that kind of rounds out my card. Again, thank you so much for letting me to be on the show and for Pajama Crafters to be a sponsor. Don't forget that there's a Stamp Wars 20 code out there for 20% off anything on the website. So thank you again for everyone that's watching and participating.
Okay. I want to thank Joy again for sponsoring, and Justine did an amazing job for hosting. So make sure you guys go check out Justine's channel and Catherine's channel for moderating. She did an amazing job as well. And Tracy's channel. Of course, if you're not already subscribed to Tracy's channel, what is wrong with you people? Okay. She's co-founder of FSC. But anyway, thank you guys. And let's get on to my card, which is obnoxiously obscene. If you're easily offended, just leave now. All right. So like I said, I don't really know or have anybody that plays golf, but as soon as I saw the sentiment, grab life by the balls and keep your balls clean, I knew I was going to go in a totally, completely inappropriate direction with this. I literally made a pair of balls and says, whoa, keep your balls clean. And there's a fly, which is what I added from my stash. And then on the inside, I have grab life by the balls, and I heat embossed that sentiment. So I have a young man who is moving up in the world, and I think this would be a very encouraging card for him as he moves up into the world. face right now. We are going to go face up right now. And I'm going to change it back. And I want to know what comments you guys have for my naughty, naughty card.
Oh man.
It's everything that I thought it would be plus some. I
The
expected
fly sent it over the top.
It was the hair for me. I was like, oh my God, she didn't.
So fun. I love it.
I think it's amazing. You went a direction that I wouldn't have had the balls to do. So kudos.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it.
Very,
Hey,
very
we're
cute.
card makers. It's sometimes you can't buy a card like that. You
No,
are
you
not
can't.
going to walk into Hallmark and buy a card like that. So you have to think on the fly creatively and tell me where you're going to buy stamps that say something like that. Well, now you
Not
can. And you
Hallmark.
get 20% off.
That's right.
Stamp Wars
Not Dollar
20.
Tree either.
And you make it your own. And that's what I did. I made it my own. And that is what being creative is about. And this is what Stamp Wars is about, is you get 4 different perspectives on using the stamp set. And I went in a completely obscene, obnoxious, inappropriate direction with it. But some of you guys out there are laughing and you're entertained. Maybe some of you are offended and you left. I warned you. When my mind
If you're
started
tourists, they
wandering,
can find
there was an
they
evil
can find
laugh.
less elsewhere.
There are other boring shows you can go watch that are
Yes,
very
ma'am.
straight and narrow.
Oh, this
I
will be
shouldn't say boring.
one for the book.
Creatively different. I shouldn't say boring. Creatively different.
Yes.
That was funny.
Saying I went in a different direction with it.
I love it.
Okay, now I will be doing my follow-up video and somebody will win a whole brand new set of this.
Nice.
During my
So
follow-up
exciting.
video, you can do it any way you want. You can make it a golf card. You can make it a pink glove card, a pink golf bag card. You can make it any way you do what you want in your house. Just like I did in mine. We don't judge. That's what's fun about our group. We don't judge.
It was a lot of fun. Really fun, really fun set. Very versatile. Yep. And the papers are beautiful. Perfect for Easter.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are perfect for Easter. They are perfect for spring. They are
Yeah.
perfect background for this. And Joy, I think that you have done an amazing job. I know you were so nervous when we talked when you were going to take over and you're like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. And I said, just do it. Just do it. And you
Mhm.
have done a super amazing job. I'm very proud of you and how far you have come. And having Justine on your team is an amazing asset to your team. And Amanda, she's also an amazing asset on your team. And, hopefully Tracy and I will make it out this summer. But if not, we'll continue to support you guys and thank your husband again for service. I come from a military family, so we got to continue to support our troops and support these companies, you guys. So go check out Drama Crafter Stamps. We've been linking it all night long. Take advantage of the 20% off. Let's keep Joy and her husband on their journey. I want to see this man do some crafting. You guys love when Steve does the crafting. So I want to see this man do, maybe we do a men's
Yes.
Stamp Wars stamp off.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted.
Oh, you just didn't say it loud enough. There we go.
Hold on. I think I have a picture of him crap at the last show. I have more pictures
He
of.
helps with make and takes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's all of the make and takes.
He is seasoned.
He will probably tell me, no, I already did one. I'm not going to do it again.
He was such a good sport. I loved it last time.
Well, now he's a little upset with me because
Oh.
I've packed up upstairs, but I have not touched this room yet. And he goes, you better have that room done. And how are you going to fit all of that into a whole basement into a 10 by 10 room? And I said, it's never going to fit. It's never going to fit into a 10 by 10 room. So I have to, I don't know.
We
The
both.
wish on a magic genie lamp.
I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Let me turn down the. I'm being texted all of a sudden. But this is the
He's
box.
like, don't you dare show that picture.
Yeah.
I think it's probably on social media somewhere. But that was us a couple years ago, and then I had to go blonde. Really, what it was I covered.
Thank you, Twyla. You sent us a little thank you donation.
Aw,
Super sweet.
The question in the audience is, do you ship international?
that's a little bit tricky because some of the EU changes. I do ship to Canada, and I am open. Email me, and we'll work it out.
Yeah,
So, what country were they asking us from?
Australia.
I don't think Australia is actually a problem, so I could probably work.
Okay, great. So Australia
Down
should
under.
be a go.
I'm glad.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. We do have a sponsor already lined up for May. That will probably be towards the end of May. That gives me time to unpack and grow my hair back after pulling it all out.
If I live closer, I'd help you.
I told
Boxing
Tracy
it
to
up.
get her husband to bring the truck down so she could all take it back to her house.
He would kill me if we did that. Take all her stuff to my house, all her stuff she doesn't want.
I'm honestly probably going to donate a lot of it. There is a store in Allentown where I donated a lot of stuff before, and it's probably just going to all get donated because I don't have the time to. I normally would do a purge and just send it to you guys out there in the audience, but I don't have time to do that. And if I try to stuff one more thing in that truck, Steve's going to probably unengage me. So I can't have that.
No.
So I'll only pack up what I must absolutely have, must use. And it was
But
already
someone-
hard enough time parting with shoes this morning. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. He's
Someone
like,
will be
I've never
blessed
seen you
wherever
wear
you
those shoes.
donate
And
it.
I'm like, someday. He's like, you're never going to wear them. Get rid of them.
Hate those conversations.
Yeah. Because I'm a hoarder. I know I'm a hoarder.
We all
And
are.
then as soon as you get rid of it, that's when you go, I was looking for that.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I'm that person. Well,
You're gonna
thank you
bless
guys.
somebody, though.
I must get back to
All right.
packing.
Thanks again
Thank
for
you, everyone.
sponsoring us,
Go
Joy.
shopping.
It was great
You're
to meet you.
Thank you, Joy. Justine, you did amazing. And
Good
thank
job,
you,
Justine.
Catherine.
Thank you, guys. I had
Tracy,
so
I
much
love
fun.
you.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Have a
Bye.
good night. Bye. Happy Easter, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.